At this point of the off season, I don't think I'm alone when I pop my head off my old little pillow in the morning with my first thoughts being, who are the Dodgers going to get today to piss everyone off and cause more chaos? I mean, we're all thinking it. Whether you're the world's biggest Dodger fan, the world's biggest Dodger hater, or just indifferent, we've gotten to such an unbelievable point, and it really is something we've never seen before, definitely not to this extent. The Yankees in their prime years ago, were the ones getting all the stars and winning every year, but it was never like this, basically buying the country of Japan as part of your fan base. It's just insane, all of it. And the more the Dodgers do what they're doing, the crazier it's driving fans. And at this point, it seems like they're just doing it to piss everyone off. Really quick, as always, if you're part of the 53% of viewers not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button if you enjoy the videos. As I kind of said in my last video, but there's no way at this point when the Dodgers are in the front office making these moves, signing these players, that they don't realize it's bigger than just making the team better. They know that when this is announced, it's going to cause riots in the streets of social media, and they got to be like the Joker, just smiling, laughing while all the reaction madness goes down. The Dodgers just signed another player, Kirby Yates, one of the best relievers in baseball last year, maybe the best. I feel like Viola Davis in Suicide Squad introducing us to the characters. This is Kirby Yates. His powers feature a splitter while also being one of the only Hawaiian-born players, even though he looks like he's from Texas. Batman's always had a particularly tough time with him. No, but Yates is very good, or at least he was last year. His second All-Star season, and speaking of Texas, it was his first and only season with the Rangers. A 1.17 ERA in over 61 innings with a strikeout rate of almost 12.5. I mean, he finished 8th in Cy Young votes. But here's the thing, and like I said, it's almost like at this point the Dodgers are just signing guys to piss everyone off, because here's where we start to get into why it's ridiculous to hate on the Dodgers for stuff like this. Kirby Yates, although coming off a tremendous season, is also about to enter his age 38 season. Relievers are the most up and down players in baseball, no matter what age they are. One year they can't be any better, the next they can't be any worse. If you think for a second every pitcher on the Dodgers will reach their potential this season all at the same time and all be healthy, you're just too angry to think rationally. I get it. You don't want every player going to the Dodgers. They already have such a super team. Yeah, same here. I'm not a Dodger fan, but when every team in baseball had the same money to get Roki Sasaki, and he chose the Dodgers anyway, choosing them for a few less million than what the Padres offered him, and when they're now getting a 38-year-old reliever that literally any team in baseball has the money for, blame your owner. Now, yes, it would be ignorant to say every team has the exact same shot at these players. Did every team have the same ability to get Roki Sasaki, who is cheap, or Kirby Yates, also cheap for different reasons? In theory, yes, but in reality, of course not, because not every team has the attractiveness the Dodgers have. But whose fault is that? The Dodgers for being good? Okay, great. They did what they did to be a good team. Don't blame the Dodgers or feel like they need to be punished in some sort of way because they've done such a great job building the most attractive place to play. Like, sorry? Every team would kill to have what the Dodgers are having, and not a single bit of the success has been handed to them. Andrew Friedman in the front office, along with the help of ownership, has done such a great job of building a sustainable way of winning over the last decade plus. They've earned the right and ability to get all these players. Years ago, in the Frank McCourt era, their old owner, it was awful, and then they started winning, but then choked in the playoffs, and then the chokers talk, the Mickey Mouse talk. When you've been poking the monster for far too long, don't be surprised when it finally retaliates with great force. You know what this is like? It's like in Kung Fu Panda when Tai Lung is in chains, and all the prison guards are mocking him, only for him to eventually break out and show no mercy on any of those same guards who continuously mocked him. I feel like that's a good analogy. It's a combination of teams being cheap and just incompetent compared to the Dodgers, like the Pirates, for example. They can't do anything. Despite being one of baseball's weakest teams for the longest time with the ability to get higher draft picks because of it, they still can't draft well enough and develop their players well enough to win. And they also don't spend. Then you have teams like the Rays and Mariners, who are half of that of the Pirates, and of the Dodgers. Those teams have made good draft picks, developed players well, made a lot of solid trades, especially the Rays. They're just cheap. They want to be the Dodgers without spending money, while the Dodgers, they've been a winning team for 12 years, meaning unlike the Pirates, they get low draft picks, yet still churn out all these good players while also making trades and signing outside guys, understanding they're in a good spot to do such a thing. And for anyone upset at these players individually, being mad that they're choosing the Dodgers over another team to try and beat the Dodgers, I don't know. I'm personally not going to get upset at Roki Sasaki picking the best team with the best Japanese players when living in the United States for the first time ever. The Cubs had a shot at the lefty, Tanner Scott, whose preferred destination was actually the Cubs, but they weren't willing to go to 4 years for the contract, leading to his 4-year signing with the Dodgers. And I also can't get angry at an almost 38-year-old veteran reliever at the end of his career who's already gotten 2 Tommy John surgeries through all of it, a career that could end at any moment at this point, someone who's only ever thrown a single inning in the playoffs in his life. Yeah, I'm not going to blame that guy for picking the best opportunity to win to close out your career. And people will call me, or anyone saying this, Glazers, that we're glazing the Dodgers. But you know what? That's the internet. If I talk bad about a team, I'm a hater and just like to be negative. If I'm positive, I have the team's balls down my throat. It just is what it is. Just like if the Dodgers win it all, people will discredit it by saying they bought a championship. But if they lose, everyone makes fun of them for losing despite the high payroll. People will always want to discourage others enjoying what they themselves don't have. In an ideal scenario, every team would be evenly competitive. But just like life in general, baseball isn't perfect. There will be imbalance. But if you're at a point where you're so angry at the Dodgers for signing an international player for $6.5 million and a 38-year-old veteran reliever, notice that says a lot more about all the other teams in baseball, not the Dodgers. The Dodgers are doing what every team should be doing, building good teams and spending money to invest in the team and its fans. That's like the whole point. So with LA currently in their Britney Spears era, saying oops as they sign yet another player while everyone freaks the hell out, direct your anger toward, I don't know, the Pirates, the Rockies, the Marlins. How about the Marlins? They've spent $0 this offseason. Zero. I spent more money at Chick-fil-A today than the Marlins have all offseason. The Dodgers are not a problem. The teams that don't aspire to be the Dodgers are. Let me know your thoughts and thank you for watching.